I'll tell you, the worst part of cutting your lawn is having to mow around trees or corners like this one. Oh yeah, I suppose you'd get one of those weed whackers if you're made of money. Or you could have a brush fire, but you'd have to be on a lot better terms with your local fire department than I am. But as always, I've come up with a solution that's affordable and, well, let's just stay with affordable. These here are carpet remnants. You know those little bits and pieces of carpeting you had left over when you decided to refinish the hardwood floors yourself and then realized the only way out of that mess was to cover everything in the wall-to-wall? Well, now you can use all these little chunks that you stopped your wife from throwing away. All you have to do is paint them to match your lawn decor. That's what I call cutting corners. You can also put these babies to work so you never have to trim around tree trunks again. Huh? Even if you hate dancing, you can still cut a rug. Good thing you don't hate cheese. Don't worry, it's Scotch guarded. You know, other than about a week in October, I basically did nothing last year, and I was fine with that. But even though I was doing nothing, my mind was still thinking about stuff. Stuff that I hadn't done and should have. Stuff that I had done and shouldn't have. But mainly it was coming up with a lot more evidence that, as far as I'm concerned, proves that I'm right and almost everybody else is wrong. And that was fine too, but where I made my mistake was that I shared all that with my friends and especially my wife. And before you knew it, they were suggesting that I gather up all those opinions and stories and take them on the road where they belong. I even went to see my doctor to make sure I was healthy enough to tour again, and he gave me the go-ahead. He said I probably wouldn't get sick on the road, but even if I did, he'd prefer I was thousands of miles away when it happened. So I put together a brand new show, and I'm calling it I'm Not Old, I'm Ripe. And we're going to be doing about 25 cities, starting in St. Pete, Florida on March the 30th, and we're going to end up in the middle of May somewhere out west. It's basically a lodge meeting, and if you want to find out where I'm going to be and when I'm going to be there, go to redgreen.com, click on the city that's nearest to you. I'm hoping you can all make it, or I'm hoping a few of you can make it. I think it's going to be my best show yet, and if you saw the first two, you know that's certainly doable. So looking forward to a successful tour. Otherwise, my friends and my wife are going to look like idiots. Until then, I'm hoping to see you at the lodge meeting. And meanwhile, keep your stick on the ice.